All right, so today is vet day here at Layla Rose Ranch Horse Rescue, and that's why you see we're getting all the horses lined up, getting them ready. Look, guys, they all got their halters on, right? There's Magic, there's Mike, right, little guys. Mini Pearl over here. Mini Pearl, we're going to give you a pregnancy test today because that's a big gut. We're going to make sure you're okay. But that check-in process that we're doing with the horses on a regular basis should be identical to what you do with your employees at your work. You shouldn't just sit down with them just to talk numbers. You should sit down with them to talk about them as a person, right? And I'm not saying you have to get into, tell me about your family, how's the wife, how the kids, all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is that if you believe the person is more important than the position, then you're a leader who understands that loyalty, that tenure, okay, the reduced turnover, that performance is all directly impacted by that principle. That if I feel valued at the company as an individual and not just as a number, if people see me and not just my reports or my performance, then that's the company that I want to work at. It's also the company that I want to work harder for, I want to perform for, and make sure that company does well. They're invested in me, I want to be invested in them. That's why the principle of the person is more important than the position is so important in your work, right? But that happens by when you have your interactions. Let's say you sit down for your weekly one-on-ones, and don't just start with the numbers, start with, hey, how are they doing, right? Have a conversation about the individual. Sometimes there's conflict going on between them and other coworkers. Sometimes there's a distraction that they've got that you're being proactive, and actually their performance could be really dipped or hurt, but because you're checking in on them and you're finding this stuff out early, you're doing and taking the necessary steps to avoid that pitfall, to avoid that, kind of drop in their performance level that might come, or in their numbers or whatever it is. And so if you believe the person is more important than the position, and you have regular checkups with your employees the way we do with our horses, that's what your focus is on. Now, let me say this very important thing. A lot of people think, well, that's a soft approach to work. That's a soft approach to the process, right? I disagree completely. If I think about you as a person, and I do that, then it's easier for me to look you in the eye and go, hey, this performance that you're doing, this is not you. And it is not company standard. This isn't right. We have to fix this. I'm more comfortable talking to somebody, having that hard conversation about what they're doing wrong, about their performance being down, about their numbers being down, about their reports being late, about just whatever that metric is that we're talking about, and they're not performing the way they should. I got no problem looking them in the eye and talking about them when I have these other conversations, because I see that there's this internal pressure that they have. I see that they're going, I feel bad, I feel guilty because this guy cares about me, this guy cares about who I am, I need to care about the company. And there's this other type of effect that says that if I'm caring about them, they want me to look good too as their leader, right? They want me to perform better as a leader. So don't listen to the noise of anybody who tells you that, oh, if you're one of those people that are all about the people and then all about that, not the numbers, then you're soft. That is wrong, right? Numbers don't lie. Numbers are truth. Data is important. And if we had a metric and a KPI and that was what you were held accountable to, you absolutely were held accountable to that. They're not, independent ideas that can't coexist together. In fact, I think they coexist better when you believe the person is more important than the position and you take the time to do your checkups the way we do with our horses.